Yeah. So it's still early afternoon, maybe 4 o'clock now. 4:30 by the time you meander through the city. Temperature's still hot, still clammy, but there's some clouds gathering on the Sierra Antonio, which is to the north, which is not uncommon for this time of year. Like the mountains to the north often have storm clouds in the summer. They get a lot of rain, and that's what makes the soil so good for the vineyards that grow up the sides of them. But it's been a while since the clouds have come over and it's rained in the city, and you get the feeling that there's going to be a big storm tonight.
Oh, your vineyard's gonna love this blackcurrant.
You follow the map to you follow the directions to where the Espinar estate is, and you eventually reach a tall, rather narrow townhouse built over several levels. There's steps up to it, and it's built in a sandstone box, so it's quite tall and imposing. But it's in a row of these very tall townhouses with terracotta roofs, and the steps up to a red door.
I'll let you do the talking,
see if
blackcurrant.
there's any other entrances.
I'll just knock on the door.
Do we want to check to see if there's any back entrance or something like that that you could get out of?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's. He might try and flee, mightn't he, if he is actually the murderer?
I don't want to do your job, Wade, but
Yes. Let's do a investigation to see if there's any exits where you could flee. We need them all covered.
okay, investigate. 7. I can only see the front door. That's all right.
It would be a perception. Investigation's about deducing things.
Okay,
Perception's about looking for things.
12.
There is a garden out the back, but you can't see if there's a door to it. I mean, there must be, we presume.
What are we looking for?
It's a walled garden, around, and it's like a terrace row of houses, so it's difficult to get to.
Okay.
Oh, we're looking for a back door.
There's clearly just one way in and one way out.
But there's a garden on the back. How would he get into it if he didn't have a back door?
Maybe you should keep an eye on the back in case he tries to escape. Shot.
I don't think there's any need.
Okay. I
Do
will
what you
follow you
must.
all in.
You think he'll come willingly, blackcurrant?
I doubt it. You vagabonds rarely do.
He's got a nice place for a criminal.
Yes. But it's always the rich ones that do the most depraved.
You know what they say, crime pays. Not that I partake in that, of course.
Ugh.
I've still got a pack of mysterious powder you gave to me. And I got interrogated with it.
Okay, so we knock on the door, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
A woman answers, older, in the maid's outfit. But hello,
Hello. We're looking for Diego Espinar.
Right you are, sir. One moment. After a few minutes, a very well-dressed, suited gentleman with greased black hair and a neat beard, thin, neat beard, black hair, answers the door, piercing brown eyes. Yes, and who might I say is calling?
Wade Bloodcurrent, City Watch investigator.
How do you do, officer?
May I come in with my team of informants?
Of course. He takes you into a porch and down a corridor, taking a left into a drawing room. Please make yourself at home.
Nice place.
Can you do that with intimidation? It'd be a shame for something to happen.
We have some questions to ask you, Diego, regarding your docking station at the port.
Mooring, I think you mean.
Mooring. That's the
That's
technical
two,
term.
So you're in a room. There's bookcases along the far wall. There's a fire going, oak floorboards, a large rug, a central table with a little candle, and very well upholstered furniture around the table. He sits in an armchair and reclines, and he strokes his beard for a moment. And he says, I don't understand, sorry, what? Who? What?
You have a mooring at the docks.
Yes, of course, yes.
Number 272.
Yes, I have a small boat, yes.
Yes, this small boat. There was a murder last night, and a
It
witness
was the night before, actually.
saw a hooded figure coming from your boat, dragging the body.
Oh, it can't have been me.
Why? What's your alibi?
Well,
Where were you on
I-
that night?
I'd prefer not to say, and it's rather embarrassing.
I think it would be in your best interest if you told me.
Make a persuasion check.
I just did persuasion.
15.
Very well. Do you mind closing the door? I don't want the servants to hear. Well, I was with a lady of the night. See? At the drizzling plunge.
Oh.
That isn't one that Peaches worked, is it?
Yes.
It was him! He killed Peaches! Oh no, hold on. He was with her that night. That's fine.
I was with a delightful lady, name of Bubbles.
A very fine singer! Or was that someone else?
If you ask her, I'm sure she'd vouch for me.
Yes. Well, thank you. That's useful. Do you know if anyone else has access to your boat? If your story does add up.
Well, I mean, I just wore it. It's not a very expensive boat. It's just a small sailing vessel. Anyone could take it from the mooring if they did so under the cover of darkness. It's only tied up and simple lock.
Do you know anything about the island of Ills?
I've never heard of it.
Because there was a map found on your boat to that.
Never heard of it. Don't know anything
detect
about any map.
Can I detect
afraid.
if he's dying?
You can make a insight check.
18. You've gone awfully quiet.
I'm just making the correct roll. This is why it's sometimes much easier with just actual dice. You think he might be lying. There's something about the way he says, yeah. There's something about the way he said, it was so casual. Oh no, I've never heard of any map. It just doesn't ring true with you. There's something more here.
Well, that's odd, isn't it? Because this map was in a secret compartment in your boat that someone who just stole the boat wouldn't necessarily have bothered even looking for, let alone hiding a map in and leaving it there like an idiot. This is your map, isn't it? Isn't it?
Intimidation. Have you done intimidation?
Yeah, it did.
Your voice suddenly just gets louder and more.
Oh, come on. Look here, I won't be shouted at or accused in my own home. I've told you everything I know. I don't know anything about any map. This is outrageous. I'd like you all to leave.
I don't think we're going anywhere until you tell us.
Let's all just calm down.
Who is this? These gentlemen, this thing, he points at Creamy, these are not officers of the law. You barge in here with your vagabonds, accuse me of all sorts. I won't have it.
Well, I've just come to inform you that we're confiscating your vessel and we'll be investigating the island of Eels and your map and using that to prove your guilt. So, unless you have anything else to say, we'll be paying you a visit later.
Creamy, angrily, has been growing in anger. Grabs hold of his penis and testicles.
Whose penis?
Oh, oh no, it's a man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. His penis and testicles.
Unhand me!
Can you use a strength check to...
You're gonna tell us what we want to know. My hand can do one of two things.
I think you should do a strength check. Yeah.
I'm gonna do an intimidation check.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna allow this.
You're intimidated too. You don't wanna...
Look, okay, fine. I might have been to the Isle of Eels. I might keep some untoward items there. Some spices, some potions that maybe are outlawed in the city. I might start rumours that the place is dangerous to keep people away. But I didn't kill anybody. I haven't killed anyone.
But do you know someone that has?
I don't know anything. Ask
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Okay, that's enough.
I believe you, mate. So Creamy gives him a nice handy J.
Something to remember me, Bob.
Maud! The older maid comes in. Show these gentlemen out.
And clean up this mess.
Thank you for your time. And effort.
I think we should definitely send Creamy in from now on.
Okay. Maud hustles you out of the house.
Oh, that was useful.
Well, I think it's time we paid the Isle of Eels a visit.
I think we need to speak to Bubbles first to back up his story.
Oh yeah, Bubbles. I've heard of her legendary voice.
That matter about the tattoo, we could do that as well.
I should probably go back and tell the people at the Drizzling Plunge that Peaches is dead.
Do you know Bubbles?
No.
Creamy. You're the kind of lady who would.
Of course I fucking know Bubbles.
I didn't say that. This is a different place to the place you work. What place did you work at? Did you work at the Drizzling Plunge?
You know nothing, do you? The old Drizzler. Drizzling Plunge. They're the same.
Thank you for clearing that up for me, really.
The different classes called it different names. Depends how wealthy you are.
Shame you couldn't clean up that mess you made in Diego's drawing room.
Right, let's go to the plunge.
Yes.
What's everyone's passive perception again?
12.
11.
10.
I want to say 12. 13.
Okay. Good to know.
There's probably something we missed in there. I wasn't really looking. I don't know about you lot.
Are we still in there?
No, you've left.
Oh,
To the plunge.
Yeah, you get to the. We should have some proper Drizzling Plunge music, really.
Oh, that's my favourite.
Okay, you get to the Drizzling Plunge. Again, it's a drab interior, but kind of charming in a way. Sort of mishmash furniture, Lots of scantily clad women, propped up, looking seductive. As you enter, what's the marching order as you enter?
Probably Creamy
Midsummer
first, I imagine.
Yeah, Creamy first.
Yeah.
Oh, Clem, you've returned. Please tell me, my daughter, what has become of Peaches?
Dead.
Sweet strawberry
Oh,
lips.
she's dead. She's died.
No, no, this cannot be. And at that moment, all the other girls start coming over from chatting to their various patrons. Bubbles, you immediately recognise Creamy, comes bounding over after she was previously hand on the table trying to flirt with this cloaked figure. Oh, Creamy! Oh.
Oh,
The voice is
Bubbles.
getting higher.
Peaches is dead.
No! Oh, Creamy, no! All the girls look absolutely distraught, and they're all like hugging you and like crying. Meanwhile, the rest of you are sort of standing around awkwardly.
What
It's
is
a
this?
very sad time, isn't it, Peaches? But Bubbles. But we need to advance the story. So, were you having it off with old Diego the other night?
Yes, yes, I was.
Diego Escobar.
That's the one.
All night?
Well, a girl doesn't like to brag, but
Bubbles,
we
this
did
is
it
serious.
many times.
So he was here all night.
Yes.
Damn. I thought this was an open-close case. I've got to do more work now.
Is there any possibility that Bubbles is lying? Shall we?
You can make a perception check.
Yeah, can I?
Insight or perception?
It'll be insight, sorry, yeah.
Oh, DM got spanked there.
Right. Oh, God, wait.
You know, I can tell if a lady lies.
That should
Not
just
a-
be your catchphrase.
What is...
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
Oh. Can't beat Wade's 21.
So most of you think that she's telling the truth. But Wade, there's something in the way that she says it. She keeps looking back to the table where she had just come from, where that gentleman she was chatting up was.
Is he any more? Is he any
No.
Is he there?
He's gone. It feels like she believes what she's saying, but subconsciously there's something there's something quite off with it. You can't quite marry the two.
Something fishy going on here.
She's telling the truth, Wade.
No, I don't think so. I think she thinks she's telling the truth, but there's some kind of eerie weirdness going on, like she's under some kind of spell. Can anyone detect that? You're a bard, can you detect magic?
I don't think so.
Focus. You could just sing songs, really, can't you?
That's pretty much.
Give them jobs.
I can sense fiends or celestial or undead within 60 feet. But I think Bubbles is alive. No use.
Hey, my love, can you also detect when it's time to pay a lady for the night? Wink.
I've not had an erection in 4 years.
I think Tom gets inspiration for that. What's next? What's the plan next? So it's like 5 o'clock now.
Have we got any more leads?
There's the university. We go to the university.
What do I know about this this tattoo?
All you know is that you've got it on you, but nobody else knows that apart from, I think you told Wade.
No, I don't think you told me. I think you told Gigantor.
Oh, maybe Gigantor then.
What did you tell me about that tattoo again? Crap. I can't remember.
Bring this up. I don't know when I got it.
Oh yeah.
It's always been on me
Since a babe.
since as long as I can remember.
We were going to head to the university to find out more. We were going to speak to the scribes of the Anoraks.
Almanac.
Yes, that'd be most insightful.
And plus there's a storm coming, so it should come in quite useful.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
head to
go
the
there.
university.
Come back soon, Creamy! Oh yes, Clem, come back soon. You will let me know what happened. You must find what happened to Peaches and avenge her for us all.
I'll find who killed Peaches and like kill them or something.
Come here, my love. Come here. She gestures. She wants a big hug. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, one last thing, Bubbles. I've got a question.
What is it, darling?
Who was that cloaked figure you were talking to just before we came in?
Oh, no one, I don't think. Just a regular Joe wanted to see my tits.
I want to do an insight check if she's lying.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
So that with that insight check, I'll do another roll. Yeah, there's definitely something off. You caught her off guard there. She didn't think that you noticed that. She's definitely lying.
Where did he go?
I think my prices are too high.
You're lying to me. Your prices are dirt cheap. No, I mean, where? What? You're lying to me about that man. You know who he is. I'm going to have to persuade you to tell me. Otherwise, there'll be repercussions. You'll be thrown in prison, but that's not in an intimidating way. That's going to be my next line of attack when this fails. There's a good girl.
Okay. Bubbles sort of puts her hands to her eyes and looks at you again and says, hold on. 1 second. Okay, yeah. I shouldn't really say.
Yes, you should.
Fine. It was Diego.
Oh,
He wanted me to lie for him. To say that we'd been together when we hadn't.
at the precise moment that I asked you if you'd been with him. This is outrageous. You're under arrest.
You came in running, out of breath, and he asked me. But he seemed so nice.
She cast a spell on you.
I don't think so. He can't have been Diego. He's such a nice boy.
I think we're good. I'm writing this down as a witness statement. We've got enough to throw him in jail now for lying. Well, he doesn't have an alibi because you weren't with him on that night. Excellent.
Who you thrown in jail, Bloodcurrant?
Diego followed us here and somehow convinced this incredibly silly lady
Sexy, you mean?
to lie on his behalf. I don't quite know how he's managed to do it, and I don't think she does either. So she's either incredibly stupid or under a spell of some kind.
Can we check if she seems under a spell?
Make a knowledge arcana check.
18.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, there's a glazed look in her eyes. And you have seen this before. You believe that she's been charmed.
Shall we take her to one of the temples on the way to the universities and see if they can remove this magic?
That's a good idea.
Because I'm guessing none of us have any spells.
Good idea, correct. Not just a pretty face.
I immediately snort all of that mysterious stuff and charge off into the distance.
Okay. So you're leaving the old Rizzler.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more here. Can we see? Is there any like other entrances that this Diego could have gone out of?
There is the back entrance, yeah,
Should we check that
through the
first?
kitchens.
Let's pursue him.
Okay, let's go out the back entrance and see if we can see him.
The back entrance is past a few rooms, and you hear some interesting sounds coming from them.
No more.
Roar! Roar! Roar!
They are interesting sounds. You're right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It leads out into sort of a narrow street between two rows of terraces. There's no one about, but make a perception check.
18. Lucky 18.
There's some crates and barrels have been knocked over, as if someone was getting out of there in a hurry.
I'm going to head over there and investigate.
Okay.
I'm going to wade through all of the boxes and barrels. And
Is
see if
there
I can
like
find
a
anything.
tracking ability that any character might be able to have?
I guess like
animal
a ranger
tracking?
or something like that would have. But no, I don't have anything.
So I think we might have to leave it there because it's like 11:15. We've had cream crackered,
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
but we will pick up again on this next week.
Creamy cracker.
Creamy crackered.
Fuck's sake.
That was good. That was very sudden.
That was good.
That was surprising. I didn't think that was going to come off. You got some very good rolls in there.
Yeah, I think we made some good progress there.
Oh yeah.
Diego is prime suspect.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Nice.
I will catch you guys later.
See you later. Are we doing Monday next week?
I think so.
Cool.
Yep, that's me.
Tenth.
There you go.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yep.
What was that, sir?
Monday.
Yeah, I think that should be alright.
Nice. Cool.
All right. Laters.
Laters. See you in a bit. Bye.